Asset transfer is really important to transfer any sort of community building that's within a neighbourhood so that the community can take control of that particular venue so that it's there for generations to come and they can continue holding community activities for the benefit of the community.
The council can't afford to maintain the building anymore. We know that there's going to be work needs doing in it. We need to get the community to take over responsibility for it so that it can exist. Otherwise, the council, when there are issues come up that it can't meet the cost of, will have to close it. So it's essential if the facilities to remain here for the current users and the local community.
It's difficult to actually get people to come here, and that's one of the problems. This is what all this is about, this marketing strategy we're doing. We're trying to get more people to come. Once you get them here, you're all right, because, it's nice, but getting them through the door is the key, and that's what we're trying very hard to do.
Community, the whole of life's based on community, isn't it? And when you look at an asset like this, unless we get the community involved in it, then we're going to lose it. So community in that sense is crucially important to saving a facility like this.
The users that come here just cover overheads, we're just managing to keep going with overheads from our users. So most of the week the community centre is empty through the day. So we badly need to fill all the days up. But I get a lot out of it. I've enjoyed working here, but it's been a struggle. We struggle all the time to get people to use the centre and to cover our overheads.
We run a lot of programmes to help the community out there. We help them with neighbourhood planning for the new houses that they're going to have in the community. We help them find out what projects they really want to do and achieve. We help them get together to create new social enterprises. And we also talk to central government in London about what community groups like this one in Howden Clough need on the ground. So we talk about policy making, new funds that they could release for these groups, and new support programmes.
This weekend, we've just come into the end of a weekend where we've had a full house on Friday night, last night, with Songsational and the Yorkshire Dialect Group entertaining us. And then we had the opportunity to chat with people who came along about the potential for asset transfer, what they thought the building could be, what sort of projects could go on at in the future. So we're hoping, we called that Friday night at the Mission last night, and we're hoping that we're going to have regular entertainment here to bring people down so that they have a good time, feel good about the building, and share ideas and thoughts for the future.
Besides the activities, we also at this stage do need to have some continuity of the management of the place. The people that are trustees at the moment are not as young as we used to be and won't be able to do the job all that much longer, and if there isn't the knowledge that there will be continuity of management, new trustees coming in, it will be difficult for us to justify asset transfer. So they're the two main ways, both using the place and assisting in the management, whether as trustees or as volunteers or people that will actually help run the events that they might want to see happening here.
I've been working with the Howden Clough Community Association for the last 18 months now, trying to encourage them to reach out to the community, build new partnerships so that they can have a good management committee that can continue running this community centre. At the moment, the volunteers are interested, but because they're getting older and they're thinking that they're not the most appropriate people to be running the centre, they want more members on the committee and also the younger generation to get involved. Last night they've had a fantastic event where that people have declared an interest in joining the committee, so it looks positive, and I'm quite hopeful that we'll be able to get a good committee to work with on the asset transfer.
For me, creativity is a big topic, and unfortunately a lot of people who tend to manage these buildings tend to be potentially lacking some creativity, either because of their age or because of the amount of time they've spent on the committee, and they might not have the new ideas that you need. For me, it's all about getting new people on board, getting some help, talking about it, and finding the ways in the 21st century to make these buildings work. There are other things that could be happening here, and we're going to find out very soon because the community is engaged now. Hopefully new people will come out with new ideas.
I think if we're being told that we're going back to the provisions of the 1930s, which we are, I hope the British public will rise up and say that's not acceptable. But in the meantime, if they have things that they value, that perhaps they've taken for granted in the past, then it may be that people will say, well, perhaps I should be a bit more active in supporting and running these facilities, otherwise we're going to lose them, either in the short term or even forever.
We are at present not so sure that people living in the immediate area are showing that they're prepared to carry out the things that need doing for us to be confident in going for asset transfer. I'm sure we will want to go for asset transfer, that isn't the case, but those of us who are involved at the moment are very local and regard it as something that we want to keep going for the benefit of people that live locally. We'd like to know that there are younger people who live locally who have the same wishes that we do. So we're not altogether confident of that at the moment, but we are confident that we've got a good network of general support at a little bit more distance.
Well, they could support things that are already going on, start up new groups, use it more for parties, generally a good meeting place. Unfortunately, there's other facilities in the area that do cater for young people, children, families, and I'm afraid Howden Clough Community Centre at the moment is bottom of the list.
If we could own this building, that would mean that the community would own it. It would belong to the community. But what it would also mean is the community would have to support it. Because the building, obviously, you've got to run it, heating, lighting, etc., and obviously maintenance, which all costs money. So the community would have to come in and support it, and they'd have to come and pay a little bit towards the groups that they came to, which would enable us to pay the bills, etc., etc. So community ownership is not just about, oh, it's nice to own the building. It's about, yeah, okay, if you own it, it's like your own home, isn't it? If you own your own home, you've got to pay to keep it going, haven't you? So people who come here would have to prepare to actually keep it going. Now, I think that wouldn't be a problem.
We've received great support from the local paper. So the Batley and Birstall News have been terrific in publicising, taking photographs here at the centre. Now, what we want to do is to promote the centre as the mission and to help the various people that hire the place and the people that we're trying to attract to hire the place to get more people along. So we'll promote the centre as the mission and we'll have various activities going on. We were fortunate to get some funding from an organisation called Creative Scene, which is an Arts Council organisation, and we're going to have a rock and pop choir run by Songsational starting in the spring as well. And also we're going to have Tony Dunlop from Project Bugle, which is the First World War commemoration project for the towns of Batley and Birstall. So he's going to come and talk. And we've got a lot of local people who have connections with relatives who were in the First World War as well. So we're looking forward to that.
So we're in a phase when the government of the day is saying you must look after yourself. So I could see that could quite empower local communities. What I hope it will also do, as I said earlier, is empower them to say, so far, no further.
Kirklees have supported a number of projects across Kirklees on asset transfer, and in particular the Howden Clough Community Association. I've supported them with getting a small grant from Locality, and Locality are here at the event today as well. And the purpose of that is to sort of basically get them kick-started. So that funded Mark, who is doing the market research for the organisation, and through that I think it's been absolutely fantastic that they've been able to build good partnerships, bring new people in, as well as revive the centre. The event that they had last night, people have shown a really good interest in wanting to join the committee as well as take part and set up new groups in the centre. So that's been the contribution of Kirklees Council. Had we not been there, the centre would still be floundering around, not knowing which direction to take.
The key thing for all the groups, they don't lack the passion and energy. What they do lack is the means of being able to look after these buildings, I mean financially speaking, and also to find the right people to come and help them with ideas and with managing the building. It needs some skills that community groups need to find within their community. Every community probably has somebody who knows about the law for charities, who knows about marketing, who knows about IT, who knows about buildings and properties. We just need to find them and get them involved on the management committee of these groups. At the end of the day, it's not a full-time job, it's just a few hours in a month that you could really help your community with.
I'd like to see it end up as a thriving community centre, catering for all ages, with lots and lots of volunteers.